Good morning, children. Next topic is in communication skills is writing skills parts of speech. So you'd have studied this in English. So you'll just go through what is parts of speech. So in English, sentences are important because if you do not clearly write sentence, then the meaning of the same cannot be understood clearly. So a sentence is a group of words that communicates a complete thought. So example, Raju goes to school. So group of words which does not make complete sense is known as a phrase. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and is always ends with a question mark, full stop, exclamation mark, etc. So different types of sentences are: did you work on your project? I completed it yesterday. That is good. So all these are different types of sentences. So using capitals. So where all, in which all situations we have to use capital letters. So we know that all sentences begin with capital letters. Do you know at what other points in a sentence where should we use capital letters? So in the first starting position we use in every sentence after full stop we use capital letters. So there is a rule called Mint's rule, so which determines in which all positions we should use the capital letters. So because you have already studied these things in your English. So what is punctuation? Full stop. It shows the end of a sentence. Full stop is used to represent the end of a sentence. So or it is used to represent a shortened word, like to represent doctor we use dr, then dot, Dr. Shah, then dr dot Shah. To represent a short form also we use in shortened form of title. If we represent the title as a short form we use dot. So this is a sentence. This is another sentence. Sanjay is a doctor. His patients call him Dr. Sanjay. So to separate different sentences we use full stop, and in a title we use dot. That is also used to show short form of a long word, to represent short form. That is, here we have to put a in this place we have to put a full stop here. Then comma is used, we use a comma to indicate a pause in a sentence. So we can also use comma to separate items when we are listing out more than two items in a row. Suppose example, after the waiter gave me a menu, I ordered food. So there is a pause in this sentence, so comma is used here. So I bought apples, oranges and grapes. To separate items we use comma. Then question mark. So we use a question mark at the end of a question, that is, how old are you, what is your name, etc. Then exclamation mark. So we use an exclamation mark at the end of a word or a sentence to indicate a strong feeling such as surprise, shock or anger. So like, what a pleasant surprise, or you are late. Then apostrophe. So apostrophe, we use an apostrophe followed by an S to show that something belongs to someone, isn't it? Dhanya's pen or Divya's pen. So are these Abdul's books to represent someone's belongings? Then we also use an apostrophe to indicate the shortened form of some words in informal speech. That is, let's go, let us go, we short it and write let's go. Or is that, is it not is shortened as isn't it. So isn't is a short form of is not. Doesn't, does not. So these are the punctuation marks. Then next is basic parts of speech. So there are 8 basic parts of speech in English. Basic parts of speech in English language, they are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. So the parts of the speech indicates how the words function in meaning as well as grammatically within a sentence. So you can see in this picture, noun. Noun is the name of the place, thing, everything is considered as noun. Then pronouns are, instead of noun what we use. Instead of noun what we use is considered as a pronoun. Like if Raju is a noun, we will use he. So he is a pronoun. So I, you, he, she is a pronoun. Then what all things we use to describe a noun is called adjective. And doing actions are represented using verbs. And what describes the verbs are called adverbs. So we'll discuss now. So a noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or an idea. So nouns are often used with an article, that is the, a, an, but not always. So a pronoun is a word used in a place of noun. So a verb expresses action or being. An adjective modifies or describes a noun or a pronoun. An adverb modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So adverb modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Then a preposition is a word placed before a noun or pronoun to form a phrase modifying another word in the sentence. So a preposition is a word which is placed before a noun or pronoun to form a phrase modifying another word in the sentence. Then a conjunction joins words, phrases, or clause like and, or are conjunctions. Then interjunction is a word used to express emotions. Then you should be able to use these parts of speech in making sentences. So different types of words we use in sentences are called parts of speech. Some examples are nouns, pronouns, etc. So let us in detail see what are these parts of speech. First is noun. So nouns are words that refer to a person, place, or thing, or an idea. So these are naming words are called nouns. Suppose in the sentence, Rima wrote a letter. Both Rima and letters are nouns. So name of a thing, place, or a person is considered as a noun. So Rima wrote a letter. Here Rima is the name of a person, letter is the name of a thing. So these two things are nouns. So dog, table, India, Sanjay, every names are nouns. Then pronoun. So a pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. So instead of noun, in some situations we use a word which is called pronoun. So in the second sentence, Rima wrote a letter. She is tired. So for referring Rima, we are using another word is she. She is referred to as Rima. So instead of Rima, we are using she. So she is used in place of the noun Rima. So it is a pronoun. So I, they, he, she, you, it, everything comes under pronoun. Then adjectives. So adjectives are words that describe other words. Adjectives describe any describing words are called adjectives. So if it describes a noun, it is called adjective. That is, in the sentence, Rima wrote a long letter. So what type of letter did Rima wrote? She wrote a long letter. So that long word long describes the letter. So long is an adjective that describes the noun letter. So a small book, blue color, blue dress, sharp edge, or loud noise. So everything these are used for describing words. So that are considered as adjectives. Next is verbs. So verbs, we know words which show action. Any action showing words are called verbs. So in the sentence, Rima wrote a letter. So the action being performed is wrote, that she has written something. Writing is an action, so wrote is a verb. So wrote is the verb, it tells what action Rima did. So run, eat, think, sit, every actions are verbs. Then adverbs are verbs that describes the verbs. Adverbs are words that describe the verbs. So adverbs are words that add meaning to verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. So they answer the questions how often, when, and where. In the sentence, Rima quickly wrote a letter. How she wrote the letter? Quickly. So quickly is an adverb. Then how often, when, where. So how Rima did the action? So easily, always, inside, before. So everything comes under adverbs. Now let us see how these words are used. So we have already known that Rima, studio, and actor are nouns. So let us see this sentence. Wow, Rima went to the studio and met a famous actor. Now we know that the Rima, studio, and actor are nouns. So we already know that Rima, studio, and actor are nouns. So famous is an adjective. Here famous is an adjective because it describes a noun, actor. Then went is a verb because it is performing an action. Then met is a verb because they describe an action. So what about the remaining words in the sentence? Wow, to the, and. What are these words called? So we use such supporting words to join main parts of speech together and to add information to the sentence we make. So they are also called supporting words like articles, conjunctions that are used to combine two sentences, then prepositions, that is in, on, under, are called prepositions, then interjunctions that we add to describe certain words. So along with the main parts of speech, there are more words we need for making a sentence. So these are shown here. So let us see what are the supporting parts of speech, supporting words. First is article, that we are very familiar. They are a and the are articles. So a is always used with when a word is um, a consonant. Word begins with a consonant, that is used before words with consonant. Then an is used always with vowels, and the is used to refer to a specific or particular word. Then conjunctions. So conjunctions are words that join two noun phrases or sentences, and some common conjunctions are and, or, but, so. These are conjunctions. Then prepositions. Prepositions cannot connect one word with another to show the relation between them. They usually answer the questions where, when, and how. That is on the table, under the table, on the seat. So these on, under, at, in, etc. are prepositions. Then interjunctions like wow, oh no. Such words are called interjunctions. So these express a strong emotions such as happiness, anger, surprise, etc. That is wow, oh no. So these things are interjunctions to express. So children, I'm going so fast because this you will be thorough with this because you from your childhood you are studying this. So what is a sentence? Sentence is a group of ideas that form a complete paragraph, group of words that communicate a complete thought, set of rules that we must follow to write correctly, set of words that contain all basic punctuation marks. So what is a sentence? Sentence is a group of words that communicate a complete thought. Sentence is a group of words that gives a complete sense, is called sentence. Then which of these sentences use uppercase letters correctly? So I am hungry. So here, what is the need of H capital in hungry? It is not correct. It is wrong. Then in next sentence, Divya and Sunil are reading. Here you can see Sunil is a name, but the name should always start with capital letter. So you should write it Sunil. Then consider the next sentence. The bucket is full of water. So what is the use of writing F in capital letter for full? No need of writing capital letter F in full. The next one, she lives in Delhi. So she, here S is capital because S is the first letter in the sentence. So it should be in capital. Then here D is also capital because we know that name of a place or person or a day should be in capital. So here Delhi is in capital. So only this one is correct. Then next one, which of these sentences are punctuated correctly? So given punctuation marks. So where are you going? So we can see here a question word, then it should end with a question mark. This is wrong. Then I have a pen and a notebook and a pencil. So we here a pen, a notebook, so we need a comma here. So this is also wrong. So I am so happy to see you. So I am so happy to see you. So I am so happy to see you is correct because it is there is a exclamatory sign to represent a happiness. Then next one, this is Abdul's house. So this is also punctuated correctly because it is a simple sentence and it ends with a full stop. So these two sentences are correctly punctuated and the other two are not correctly punctuated. The next, underline the noun, pronoun, adjective, verb and adverb in these sentences. So noun, pronoun, adjective, verb and adverb in these sentences. So Sanjay plays football every day. So here noun is Sanjay and football is also noun. Then verb, plays is verb, and how often he plays. So how often, that is every day, is an adverb. How often he plays? Every day he plays. So every day is an adverb. Then Divya gave him new books. So Divya is a noun. Books is noun. Then gave is verb. Him is pronoun. And new means it describes what type of book is. What type of book is new book? So book is adjective. The next, I opened the red box carefully. So I here is pronoun, box is noun, then opened is verb. Then how did I open the box? I opened the box carefully. So carefully is an adverb. I am opening it. How? Through how I am opening. So I am carefully opening. So carefully is an adverb. Next is fill correct noun and verbs from the box to fill in the blanks given below. So here you can see from the picture, what is the boy doing? So the boy is, this is a boy. So this one you have to write out. So boy, the boy is, here you have to write the boy. Boy is, next this also, running. Boy is running. Then girl, the girl, only single girl is there. So girl is, here you have to write girl. Girl is, what she is doing? She's riding. Next, the boy is reading. So the boy is studying. From that take out the boy is studying. Then here three girls are, so the girls are what they are doing? Skipping. Girls are skipping. Then next is Raju is, what Raju is doing and the figure? I think he is drinking. So let us see whether option is there. Raju is drinking. Raju is drinking milk. One more option, dash is there. So Raju is drinking milk. Next we can see a dog. The dog is barking. So just you have to fill out. Children, this is very easy for you. Uh, then from this you have to identify what are conjunctions and prepositions. So conjunctions are and, or, are conjunctions. Then in, on, under, up, etc. are prepositions. Then writing skills or sentences. So how we will write a sentence? So we have studied what is parts of speech. Next is parts of a sentence. So in a sentence there are subject, verb and object. So subject, verb and object. So subject is the person or thing that does an action. So subject is the person or thing that does an action. Verb describes the action. Object is the person or thing that receives the action. So consider this example. Divya reads a book. So Divya is performing an action. So Divya is the subject. And what is the action? The action is reads. So Divya reads a book. So here reads is a verb, and upon which the action is taking place. So upon book, Divya is reading. So action is taking place on book. So book is an object. So Divya reads a book means Divya is the subject, read is the verb, and book is the subject. Book is the object. So you can see here, I ate an apple. So who is performing the action is subject. So I ate an apple. So I is the subject, ate is the verb, and upon which action is performed on apple. So apple is an object. Now in second, he cooked dinner. So who is performing the action? He is the subject, cooked is the verb, upon which action is being done? Dinner. Next is, she kicked the football. So she is the subject, kicked verb, the football is object. Then Diya and Sanjay broke the bottle. So Diya and Sanjay are subject, broke is the verb, and the bottle is the object. Next, types of objects. So there are two types of object. They are direct object and indirect object. Direct and indirect object. So if the verb is reads, we can ask that we can say that what does Divya read? The answer is book, which is a direct object. So a direct object answer the question of what, and an indirect object answer the question such as to whom or for whom. For example, in the sentence, Abdul gave a gift to his mother. So here you can see, if the sentence was just this much, Abdul gave a gift. So gift is an object, Abdul is the subject, and gave is an action, or gave is a verb. So here you can see another part, that is to his mother. So to his mother indicates that Abdul gave a gift to his mother. So mother is the another subject. So mother is another object. So mother is indirect object and gift is direct object. So these are which answers the questions of to whom or for whom will give the indirect object. So let us see certain examples. So Sanjay bought vegetables. So Sanjay bought vegetables, only one object is there, isn't it? That is vegetables. Next, Fatima and Sonia played tennis. Only one object is there, tennis. That is the direct object. Then he offered me an orange. He offered me an orange. So here you can see he is the subject. Offered me. He offered me an orange. So here you can see there are two objects coming. What he offered orange means you can say that he is the subject and orange is the object. To whom he offered the orange? To whom he offered the orange? It is to me. So it answers the question of to whom or for whom. It is the indirect object. So to whom? To me. So to me is the indirect object. Now the teacher gave us homework. Teacher gave homework means homework is the direct object. To whom? To whom? To us. So us is the indirect object. So only that much, children. Next is types of sentences, that is active voice and passive voice. So what is the difference between the two sentences? That is, Sanjay broke the glass and the glass was broken by Sanjay. So one is in active voice and the other is in passive voice. So the action in both sentences is breaking of the glass. So consider this example. Sanjay broke the glass and the glass was broken by Sanjay. So first one is in active voice and the other one is passive voice. So the action in both the sentences is breaking the glass, but the subject of both the sentences is different. That is, in the first sentence the subject does action, and in the second sentence the object is doing the the subject is receiving the action. So first subject is doing the action and second subject is receiving the action. That is, first is an active voice and the other is passive voice. So subject does the action and subject receives the action. So let us see certain active and passive voice. So usually we write for active voice and passive voice, we write the example as Rama killed Ravana. So the passive voice is Ravana was killed by Rama. Likewise, she wrote a letter. So a letter was written by her. He opened the door. The door was opened by him. So what happens is the order of the object and the subject was changed. So here at first the object will be there and next the subject and object will be changed. Next, he opened the door. The door was opened by him. Mohan played the flute. The flute was played by Mohan. Next, type of purpose. So there are four types of sentences. They are statement or declarative sentence, question or interrogative sentence, exclamatory or emotion or reaction, and order or imperative sentence. So a statement or declarative sentence always ends with full stop or is used to represent a state or fact. That is, sun rises in the east, I go to school, I like eating vegetables, it is very cold, this room is unclean. So I completed my project. That natural truth or every information, or it provides information of states a fact. A fact is provided through declarative sentence. Next, question or interrogative sentence always ends with a question mark. So did you go to school? Did you like do you like eating vegetables? So everything. How is the weather? Could you help clean this room? Did you complete your project? Do you exercise every day? So all these questions comes under interrogative sentence. Next is emotion or reaction or exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence expresses a strong emotion such as joy, sadness, fear, or wonder. It always ends with an exclamation mark. That is, I came first in class. Oh, it's so cold. I completed my project. So what the actions with fear, sadness, or wonder comes with exclamatory sentence. Then order or imperative sentence. So it always has a command, order, command, request, or advice. So it can end with a full stop or an exclamation mark. So go to college today. Go eat your vegetables. So commands, wear your sweater, clean this room, complete your project, go and exercise today. So orders or request or advice comes in imperative sentence. The next is a paragraph. So you have learnt about sentences. Then paragraph means group of sentences are forms a paragraph. So while writing a paragraph, make sure that sentences have a common idea. So when you want to write about a different idea, make sure you take a new paragraph. For example, if you're writing about your school, the first paragraph can be of sentences about the name, location, size, and other such details. So in the next paragraph, you can use sentences to describe what you like about your school, like this. So identify the subject in the sentence. The children play football. The children play football. In this, the subject is the children. The children. Subject is the children. Identify the object in this sentence. So the children played football means object is football. Which of the sentences has both indirect and direct object? Indirect and direct. I am watching TV. Only direct object is there. He bought a blue pen. Only direct object is there. The girls played cricket. Only direct object is there. He wrote his sister a letter. So for whom? For his sister. So here comes both direct and indirect object. So his sister is an indirect object and letter is the direct object. So which of these sentence is in passive voice? So let us see which is in passive voice. That is, in passive voice the subject is receiving an action. That is, they are watching movie is active. Clock was repaired by Raju. Clock was repaired. Clock is receiving the action. So this is a passive voice. So this is a passive voice. He is sleeping in the room. My pet dog bit the postman. This is also active voice. So only this one is the passive voice. Sentences of each type, that is statement, question, and exclamatory and order. Then what is your favorite festival? Write 2 paragraphs about your favorite festival. Each paragraph should have a minimum of 4 sentences. Make sure you follow the rules about the sentence and paragraphs you have learnt. So children, write about in your IT notebook, you have to write about your favorite festival. So let it be of 2 paragraphs and for 8 lines, maximum 8 lines. Then practice speaking correct sentences with your classmates and try and find the parts of the sentence each you use commonly. Then next is pronunciation basics that we will discuss in next class.